Hello, strong people. It is not any specific week, not any specific day. Well, ignore that. My wife's mowing. But so competition was 3 days ago. It's now Tuesday. I competed on Saturday. Not the result I wanted. However, I did very well. Like, better than I could have asked on, 3 events? Two events for sure. The other, two other ones were okay. And, another one was just bad. I did bad. For my standard on it. So, I'm going to try to do like a little, I'm going to put like the clips of the videos in while I'm talking about them, so we'll do that. So just to start off, I got fourth out of 14 guys, which is pretty good. I'm not, I should say I'm a little bit annoyed because it's my 4th year in a row getting, 3rd year in a row getting 4th of this show. However, I do believe that the talent every year at these shows has just gone up every year like crazy. Like this year around, this time around, nuts. Hold on. This time around, we had 8 guys, 8 pull over 800 pounds. That doesn't happen. That does not happen at local level shows. I know it's a regional, but still, that does not happen at local shows. That's insane. I mean, I had two guys that previously competed at OSG were there. I beat one of them somehow. At least overall, I beat one. Might be, I beat the other guy in another event or 2 or something, maybe. But overall is what matters. So we'll break it down to event by event. So event 1 was a max deadlift. This is my first time doing a standard deadlift bar for a max in competition. I've had plenty of max deadlifts, axle bar, 13-inch, 18-inch, trap bar. First time, just regular good old deadlift. And I gambled a little bit here. I went into this not expecting for this to happen. So I saw people starting to jump in, and I was like, okay. I had a number in mind, high 7s, low 8s. And I saw people jump in, and then I saw, people were taking 765 as a jump, and I was like, people that I thought would open higher. I was like, okay, I might be able to pick up some points here. So I was the last person to open. Everybody else had opened at the last people to open before me were 765, and I took 785. And if you're unfamiliar with how most strongman events work like this, if it's a max event, you have 3 attempts. Generally speaking, whoever opens higher, like say we both end on 800 pounds. If I did it in 2 attempts, or if I opened higher, then I win. So like if someone else took 700 as a first attempt, hit 750 then 8, and I took 750 then 8, I win. So I like you can play strategy like that, and that's exactly what I did. Everybody else had opened at 765 or lower, so I opened at 785. Felt amazing. So then it was just a game, pretty much play the game from there. See when they took their second attempt, and this was a gamble here as well. I could have jumped in, and so really 2 gambles. I could have just matched them. I think the second attempt for a lot of people was like 805, and I skipped 805. I wasn't going to do that, and I didn't want to do 825. I felt really comfortable with 845, and it just so happened that was where I was the first to take 845. I was the first person to hit 845, I believe. I could be wrong about that, actually. No, I would have been, because it was my second attempt, so I would have had to have gone first, generally speaking. So I hit 845, and it felt great, too. Shocked myself, honestly. And then everybody else started taking it, and I knew it was their third attempt, and I was like, oh, okay, we got something here. So, three other people hit 845. However, it was all their third attempts. And because I hit 845 on my second attempt, I broke the tiebreaker. I win the points. I took first in the event. So I saved energy by not pulling a third time, even though I really think 885 was there if I needed it that day. Did not expect to win that event. I expected top 5, but did not expect to win that one. So that was a great start to the show. And knowing I had more in the tank as well. So 845 was a 30-pound PR. I pulled 815 in a suit before, the second time wearing it. But yeah, there was plenty more in the tank. I was confident. Almost whatever I needed was there that day. Then there was a big break after that event. It wasn't run quite the way that I had anticipated, but that's strong, and that's how it goes sometimes. And I know how Josh runs his shows normally, and this is just not quite normal. And he knows it too. He knows it wasn't quite up to standard, so that's besides the point. I won't harp on that at all. Great show, either way. I love his shows are some of my favorites, absolutely favorite. But anyway, moving on to the second event, it was the press, one that I was confident I could win. Unfortunately, that break must have hit me pretty hard, because I went to pick up the log to do the first rep, and it felt like 600 pounds. I went for the Viper. I got up to the top, and I stumbled, wobbled, tried to press again, wobbled some more, put it down. I tried straight up for like 15 seconds, put the log down, cleaned it again, pressed it again, finally got my first rep. I don't remember if it was at like 15 seconds in or 23 seconds in, but it was absurd how long it took me to get that. But after that, I was kind of cruising. I hopped back and forth, did my thing. As time expired, I picked up the log to go for my 5th rep. And, I forgot about this happening, actually. So I pressed it, and the judge, who will not be named, I would have bet money that I heard down, and then I saw his head go like this. And he claimed it was coming forward, and what my intention was he did this head forward, and I started putting it down, like tilting it forward to put it down. And he claimed that it was coming forward and it wasn't stable. But I knew that I had put it down. Like, physically, I controlled it myself and put it down myself. I was not forced down. So, it's cool that we have a challenge, so we can challenge, we replay the video, we see what happens. And it looks like, like the head down, whatever. Either way, I got the rep. So I got 5. And it's judging. If you've never judged a show, don't judge the judge, because that stuff is crazy hard. I would rather compete 100%. Judging is terrible. I hate it. And it's so hard to do because you do thousands of calls in a show. You're going to get a couple wrong. But that one, wrong initially, overturned, fixed it. So I was happy to at least get the 5th one. Otherwise, that would have hurt really bad. So I wasted like 20 seconds or something, and I still got 5 reps. So if I could have, in theory, I could have hit 7 or 8. 7 ended up winning that event. So I was pretty mad because I knew I could do that. What was after that? Oh, sandbag to shoulder. Not much to say about this one. I flew through it. I felt like I was flying. Got to the last one, and this is where I kind of got ahead of myself. So I did the 325 bag pretty easily. And the leader at that point had gotten 3 reps with that 325 bag, because it was a 5-bag ladder, and the last bag was time had gotten 3. I did my first rep, and I heard like 15 seconds left or 20 seconds left, and I was like, if I hustle, I can get 2 more and tie the lead. Wrong. Bad mistake. As soon as I picked up my second rep on the 325, gassed. I went too fast. Well, I was going to try to use, that rule where if you have the implement up, you can keep going at the time, as the time expires. And so instead of being smart, giving myself 10 seconds, then picking up the bag to at least get another rep, I wanted to rush and try to do 1 more rep so then I could use that last 5 seconds to do the 3rd rep and tie for the lead. What I instead did was gas myself out and fail to get a 2nd rep. So I ended up with, I completed the series, but did not get any extra reps. So I was pretty annoyed about that one. It is what it is, though. Sandbags come a long way since then, since whenever I did them last. So I'm happy with that. Then we had a pretty long break again. So what was originally supposed to be yoke into frame to fin it to as the 4th event, we ended up going outside and doing bag toss next. This was bad. I mean, I just suck at it. I don't even know what I placed in it, because it doesn't really matter. But I ended up getting the 55 over 15 feet, which was not good. So I really wanted 57.5, and I was confident that 60 was there, because in training I hit the crossbar. So I felt like on the day a little bit more oomph. That was not the case. My legs were pretty toasted. My calves were, I couldn't quite get the push or extension off the floor like I wanted to or usually do. So 55 was all I had to settle for. Not great. The winners, I think, got like 65 or 62.5 or something, so props to them. Very good bag tossers. So, and then the final event was sandbag, yoke into frame. So 50 pound, or 50, I can't talk. 50 foot yoke, 700 pounds or something like that. Run down with it 50 feet, sprint back, we'll drop the yoke, sprint back 50 feet, pick up the frame, run another 50 feet. My buddy had already set a great time. I knew he would because, we trained together just about every Saturday, so I knew that he'd be very tough to beat. But he did make a slight mistake, and he knows it too. We talked about it. But whenever he went to pick up the frame, he was a little bit too far forward, so he had to take like an extra second, readjust his hands slightly, and then go. And if he wouldn't have done that, it would have been even closer. It was close already, but there was a chance that he could have beat me with that. It's hard to tell for sure, but it just goes to show, a little mistake like that can cost you a point, or more points, depending on, how the rest of the show went, how the rest of the event went. So, picked up the yoke, and I felt great. We were all pretty gassed at this point. It was a long day, but I love this type of event. So, my legs were still awake enough to move the yoke fast. I don't know how long I took to just do the yoke, but it felt so speedy. I've never felt that fast on a yoke. Sprint back was fine. I don't know if I could have gone faster, but it worked. So picked the frame, felt good, had it even, didn't drag front or back, I don't think. And I cleared that 50. If it would have been 51 feet I had to take that stupid thing, I would have dropped short and would have had to repick. I lunged at the line, and I got it in like 19.37 seconds or something, and I won that event. I was hoping that would shake up the points a little bit more, because my buddy, who I just named, took second with like 20 or 21 seconds. He was right there. But unfortunately, the guys who were ahead of me in overall points, they did just as good. So they got like 3rd, 4th, 5th or something like that. And points ended up not switching up that much. So I think I did go from 5th to 4th on that event, though. So that's cool. That qualifies me for nationals. However, and I don't know if I've mentioned this yet, but I am not doing nationals. The plan is to hopefully do the Ocean City, Maryland OSG regional event. This is that like I just made that decision like last week before or something. So I just think it's better than nationals. I think I want to get that exposure to OSG because I want to be there. I need to be there. At this point, I feel like I almost deserve to be there. I mean, I don't know. I think that I'm not saying I can make top 10, but I'm saying I think I at least deserve to be there. And it doesn't matter what I think. It matters if I can prove it. So that's the plan. I think we're going to hit the the online qualifier whenever that gets released. I say whenever, but it's going to be, the events are going to be released at the end of June. And then I'm probably going to hit it, the first weekend in July, second weekend, something like that. That's the plan. The online qualifier is it's always some sort of, it's going to be a deadlift, a press, and then it's been like sandbag to shoulder, or it's been, what else? Farmer's hold. I don't think what else. I haven't really paid attention to it, up until last year or the year before, so I don't know what it has been before that because I didn't even think about it at that point. I only think about what I feel like I'm capable of, so now I believe I'm capable of OSG, so I'm paying attention to it a little bit more. And that's really all there is to it. So I hope I was able to stitch the videos into this. I believe I was, but we'll find out if my video editing skills are up to par. So I'm going to get a quick workout in. I'm not going to record it. It's just going to be light banded stuff. So until next time, go out, get strong, stay strong, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And we're almost at 400 subscribers, so let's keep that going. I never would have guessed I was going to be at 400. I'm not there yet, so I don't want to jinx it, but I hope to be soon. And then 500, and then 1,000. I don't know if I'm that entertaining, but I don't really try to be all the time. It's more just like, this is what I'm doing. Here it is if you want to see it. So, and I'm going to be excited to look back on all this stuff whenever I'm old and washed up. So, I'm going to say it one more time. Go out, get strong, stay strong. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.